I've seen countless Pixar movies with you and friends in theaters and always, thought very fondly of them. I thought there were elements that I really did enjoy about this film, but it really brought to my attention, like, is the Pixar, formula running kind of thin at this point?
You do it now. Just say the thing.
What's wrong with you, stupido?
What's up, YouTube? Jab by Movies here. You are watching
Fresh Releases.
My name is James.
My name is Blaise.
And today we are checking out the new Pixar Disney movie, Luca.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Louder. Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Silenzio Bruno.
Can you still hear him?
Nope, just you.
Good. Now hang on.
Silenzio Bruno.
Luca is the brand new Pixar movie that's fresh to Disney+. It takes place on the Italian Riviera, and unlikely but strong friendship grows between a human being and a sea monster disguised as a human. So this is that fresh movie I'm talking about on Disney+. Kind of cool because you didn't actually have to rent this. I know a lot of the Disney movies have been like a premium pass, even though you're paying for Disney+, but this is one where if you have Disney+, go ahead, you can watch it. It was just like Soul, which came out around Christmas. I guess this is, the half Christmas gift that Disney's giving to us. But I know this did quite create some controversy within Pixar because they were upset that this wasn't like a premium movie, and they feel like it's diminishing the specialness of Pixar movies, which I can kind of agree with, and we can get into a little bit later. But first off, I just want to say, what'd you think of the movie, James?
Yeah, so I mean, I guess I could see Pixar's logic with that, because I think their movies, though, are definitely movies that they want families to experience in theaters and stuff. It is usually the talk of the town every time a Pixar movie comes out, just because they are very imaginative and they always stand out. But as of late, though, Pixar usually would make one movie a year and stuff. Lately, they've been pushing about 2 movies a year, which is fine, go for it. I'm sure Disney's paying them well to do it and stuff, but I just feel like some of the quality is not all there. I think all their movies are great for the most part, but there's always one movie out of their 2 a year or every other year that's not as strong as the other. Soul definitely overshadowed Onward last year by far. Onward was a fun, solid watch. Again, Luca is a fun, solid watch. I enjoyed it and highly recommend it, but it's not a movie that I'm gonna keep writing home about and keep recommending and stuff, and it's not really the talk of the town for me on this one.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if that was something where we didn't go see this in theaters. Did it really lose that aspect? I remember I've seen countless Pixar movies with you and friends in theaters and always, thought very fondly of them. I thought there were elements that I really did enjoy about this film, but it really brought to my attention, is the Pixar, formula running kind of thin at this point? Every movie, it just seems like they pick something a little outlandish. The plot is something a little outlandish, and then it's basically just it follows that same Pixar formula of being emotional, and it follows kind of the hero's journey in a way. Is that formula running thin? I kind of feel like for Luca it is. I did really enjoy this movie, but is it losing its specialness? Because Pixar used to be this thing where every single movie was just freaking a banger, like Toy Story. Then you had A Bug's Life. There was just so many back-to-back bangers. I thought even Toy Story 2 was incredible. I started kind of losing interest in the Toy Story series when it got to 3. Even though 3 is pretty decent, I just felt like I've been with these characters too long. I need to move on. But yeah, Luca, I think it's really good. I thought that it was a very enjoyable watch. If it wasn't a Pixar movie, it probably would have been a lot more enjoyable. I feel like having that whole Pixar formula, it's so noticeable, did detract a little bit from it. But one of the things I absolutely loved about this movie was the score. I thought it was absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love the score and the animation too. The scenery of Italy as well is fantastic to see. Both the ocean stuff and above ground stuff. Like I really love the landscape that we see of Italy and stuff. They make it look like a paradise city, and like you really like it captures like the wonderment that Luca has seen and why he wants to stay above the ground so much and everything. So I very much enjoyed that aspect of it and stuff, seeing a part of like Italy, like even though it's like, animation and stuff, like that's a part of Italy like I've never really seen before. And I don't like, I'm also curious if anyone genuinely knows, I didn't do any research, but like was there this like urban legend of like sea monsters in Italy and stuff, and people would like hunt for them? I don't know if I'm getting that part wrong, or if I'm saying anything offensive, like my bad, let me know and stuff. But like I always like that aspect of like Pixar kind of bringing like myth and legend stuff into like making a full plot out of it and stuff. And so like I thought it was cool though, just because it's like little like creatures from the Black Lagoon, creatures that like can turn into humans above the water, like almost a spin on the Little Mermaid and stuff as well too. But I thought it was an interesting plot. I enjoyed that aspect, but I guess we'll get into the more emotional side that I found kind of predictable and stuff as we continue the conversation. But yeah,
I thought the animation was absolutely beautiful to look at. Like you're saying, the colors with the ocean, but also you get these very, very vibrant colors with these sea creatures. And it was kind of cool. Like I loved that aspect of it. I thought the animation was very fluid, something that obviously Pixar always nails, but for some reason with the water and then also them coming out of the water and their scales, like I just felt like that animation did feel like it was upped for this movie, at least. With the technology, I feel like they were utilizing some new technology that maybe they didn't have access to in the past, which was really cool. But yeah, when it comes to the emotional side of the story, I think that's where it detracted a little bit. Like it pulled in the heartstrings a little, like I guess as much as we're used to from a Pixar movie, where it didn't feel like a surprise in a way. Like I felt like when you go to see a Pixar movie, some of my most fond moments of Pixar movies where emotion really runs higher is of course Up. Like Up is just an incredible movie. It's got like that beautiful Michael Giacchino score, which really tugs at your heartstrings, but almost effortlessly tugs at your heartstrings. Where this, I felt like Dan Romer's score did a similar thing where it was very well done. It didn't feel like it was so emotionally driving the movie where it was manipulating. Obviously all scores I think are manipulative in a way, but this didn't stand out for a point. But it did feel like just overall the script and everything, some of that stuff was maybe a little bit too forced.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say like when I got into like the forced emotional things, like I guess like it was predictable with Alberto's like, why he's living alone. Like I kind of saw that coming right from the get-go and stuff. I'm like, obviously, like, he's been on his own for a while, and that's why he's like, leaning so far on Luca and stuff. But like, there was just like a lot of like unnecessary drama, I thought, between them two and the character of Julia. Like he seems very jealous of Julia throughout the movie and stuff, and it's kind of like I get it, but like it just felt like a little like out of place, I thought, at times and stuff. And but it comes together, you got to have a climax and stuff, but like yeah, that was like some of the unnecessary drama, and then just like the unnecessary like sentimental moment where he finally describes to Luca why he's alone and stuff, and Luca gets all sad about it and everything. And yeah, like there's those sentimental moments, but like it's kind of like predictable at times, and just like Onward, like it deals with very like serious subjects of like, his dad's passed away, of course that's sad right from the get-go and stuff, but like they know they use it too much and stuff, like, oh, this kid's abandoned, he's an orphan, like let's use that and stuff. Like it's not as an emotional as like I felt like they thought it was and stuff. And like a lot of people, I think I went in kind of expecting to cry already, just because like everyone was like tweeting about it and stuff, but it doesn't hit me in the feels like other movies like Up or like Wall-E does and stuff. Yeah, it's just like it's sad moments, but it's like that forced Pixar kind of sad, and yeah, it just doesn't hit as hard as some of their stronger films, I felt.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this film overall, but it did, kind of remind me, is that Pixar formula kind of running thin? Can they keep doing this for as longer, especially with now the fact that they're doing it twice a year? I kind of have to side with the Pixar employees here that it is kind of bullshit that Disney put this on Disney Plus for everyone, but then Raya the Last Dragon or some of their other films you had to purchase for an extra like $25 fee, which just seems a little insane. I think everything should have been released either free or everything should have been premium pass, because it does seem unfair to those Pixar employees whose movies have been such like an iconic thing for theater goers and movie lovers alike. To be such an event. They're always event films, and this did feel like, watching it at home, I enjoyed it, but at the same time I had to wonder, like, was that event stripped away from me?
Yeah, continuing with that, like, Pixar employees, like, 100% back that up, just because it was only playing. So, you know, like we brought it up on the show before, I live in Los Angeles. It's only playing at one theater. It's only playing at the El Capitan Theater. And if you don't know what theater that is, that's one theater in Hollywood Boulevard. I hate going to Hollywood. If you're a true LA person, you effing hate going to Hollywood. And it's a Disney theater, so it's always premium tickets. Like, no matter what, it's only playing Disney movies at that theater. It's a very fun event place. Highly recommend going to it, and especially if it's a Disney movie you're looking forward to. But I would have rather have seen this just at a normal theater where I could have saw like a 10 a.m. showing or a 10 p.m. showing where no one's in the audience and stuff. But I didn't have that opportunity with this movie and stuff. I had to watch it at home, technically. I didn't want to go all the way out to Hollywood Boulevard to go see it. And just the fact that also the weekend that they chose to have it released on Disney Plus is, I think, one of the biggest reasons box office is hurting is because of LA and all these other California cities where they couldn't go to theaters at full capacity. And this is the weekend where it was at full capacity. They had that opportunity to have like probably a decent box office opening. I'm sure it easily would have made 30 million its first weekend and stuff, but who knows? We never got that, unfortunately. So
yeah, it just seems kind of like weird of Disney to I mean, especially logging on to Disney Plus, I'm looking at all the offerings and I'm like, wait, this is what everyone's talking about. The app feels like they have stuff, but it still feels empty. It just, as opposed to some of the other apps, even like HBO, Amazon, or Netflix, you know, like it seems like there is a lot going on. You know, I like that HBO has these curated little playlists, or, oh, this movie's coming out, here's a bunch of movies that are kind of like it. I like that they do little things like that. I think HBO doesn't have that much. They have a ton of stuff, but at the same time, they don't have as much, or it doesn't feel like they have as much as Netflix or Amazon, of course. But it seems like they do a lot with what they have. They make things seem exciting. Oh, a new movie's coming out. Oh, you like King Kong versus Godzilla? Here's a bunch of movies that you should watch to get prepared for In the Heights coming out this weekend. It seems like they do that. Disney Plus, you just get on there. It just seems like a shell of a streaming app.
Yeah, and like there's like every time I go in, it's always like what's it called? I use my girlfriend's account, and like every time we log in, it says movies we think you'll love, and it's always Star Wars and the Avengers and stuff. And I know for sure she's gonna hate those movies. She's never seen any of them. I'm just like, who are you gearing this towards? It's only to Star Wars and Marvel fans and stuff. So, like, yeah, if you have it for that reason, then awesome. I'm glad you're liking those Marvel shows, but like, you know, if I got Disney Plus, it would be for Recess and Doug, and but I don't need an app dedicated to nostalgia though and stuff. Like, you know, I'd rather just keep watching new stuff. If nostalgia, I already have my nostalgia with my VHS collection. So yeah.
Yeah, you could just literally buy a season of something on Amazon and then you just have that forever. You don't gotta pay $7.99 a month or however much a month to have the access to it, and then you're not even gonna watch it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my closing thoughts. It's like a fun movie. I recommend checking it out, but it's like nothing like I've said, it's not the talk of the town as a Pixar movie as I hoped it would be and stuff. Like, yeah, it's not Inside Out level. It's not WALL-E level. Definitely not Ratatouille level. Ratatouille and WALL-E are probably my favorites of the Disney movie or the Pixar movies, but it's fine. It's like the same quality as we got with Onward last year, I'd say. It's like good, but overall forgettable, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say check it out if you have Disney Plus. If not, it's not worth getting another subscription to a streaming service just to watch this movie. I think at some point, if you get around to it at a later date, you'll enjoy it. I think it was very enjoyable. I absolutely love the score by Dan Romer, and I hope that he's found his knack, because I've liked some of his other scores, but this felt like he's kind of getting into his knack of composing. So I'm really looking forward to the rest of his career.
Yeah, absolutely. So great way to help us out is by just leaving a comment. Let us know what you thought about the movie. You can also watch the movie on Disney Plus. That's exclusively where you can watch it. You can also catch it at a couple theaters, apparently. I'm not sure which ones, but yeah, check it out and let us know what you thought about the movie.
And if you haven't already, guys, go ahead and smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and click that notification bell to get all of our latest updates.
And if you can't get enough of us here on YouTube, guess what? We're on multiple social media platforms. You can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Be sure to catch all our links down below. Anyways, that'll conclude this week's episode. Tune in next week for a brand new video.